Hey, what's in here?
Time for some news.
What the fuck? Oh my god, what the fuck?
Time for some news.
Nope.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to the world of survival horror. Every Monday we bring you the latest in video game news, talk about survival horror, machinima, and what's going on at the ward. But not this week. Well, except for the survival horror part. I'm one of your hosts, Shaun Clark, alongside Jazz Rich.
Oh, hello.
Awa. Hello. Alyssa Camps.
Hello.
And Maple.
Good evening.
And Shaun Clark.
And that guy. Wait. We said that. Today's episode is the Resident Evil episode. In case you live under the smallest rock in the furthest reaches of space, you may have heard of a little game called Resident Evil 2 Remake that launched this week.
Nah.
Except for Jazz. She doesn't know what that game is. But yeah, spoiler alert, it's fucking amazing. It's the best game ever.
You said we weren't going to have spoilers.
Oh shit, I fucked up. But in this episode, we're going to talk about Resident Evil in general, some Resident Evil news, and at the end of the show, we'll talk about RE2 Remake as well. We'll stay away from story elements as to not spoil it for those of you who have not transcended, but everything else is fair game. So there you go. You've been warned, Jazz. You've been warned.
No, I've been insulted.
Oh! Wow.
Wow.
Why would anybody put salt on you?
Get fucked.
What? Jesus. Jazz, how was your week? What have you been playing? And also, what was your first experience like in Resident Evil 2 land?
Depressing.
Wow, that sounds great.
The week was good, sort of. I have a job interview soon, so I might be starting a new job, as well as started up filling up an application for the Ottawa Police.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's good too.
You're gonna become a cop like Leon?
No, I'm probably not gonna. But
You're what?
swear to God, I'm probably not gonna get in, but I swear to God, if I do,
well,
my
not
first
with that
day with
attitude.
fucking zombies, I'll be like, my first day on the job, great, huh?
Please don't say that.
My name's Jazz.
I'm G's on.
What?
That just sounds like Jazz.
I mean, you know, tomato, whatever.
Yeah.
All of those. And yeah, I have not played Resident Evil 2. I don't know why you rub it in my face by asking me that question.
Hey, I didn't say, have you played Resident Evil 2? I said, what have you been playing? And I also said, what was your first Resident Evil 2 experience like? The original, not the remake.
Oh,
I know you played that
I thought
one.
you meant like, what was your first Resident Evil 2 experience? Like your first play of the new game.
No.
What was it? I misunderstood.
The first one, the one that started it all.
Well, actually, technically, Resident Evil 1 started it all.
God, no. Clearly, it was Resident Evil 5 that started it all, okay?
Bomberman.
According to my sources.
Oh my goodness.
Sources are dumb. Anyways, I've been playing... Okay, I'll answer your Resident Evil 2 question first.
Well, because you got to be out of order? Okay, fine.
I think I've already talked about this, that my first experience of the game.
Uh-huh.
I fucking turned it off and
Wow, what was your first experience like playing Resident Evil 2? I turned it the fuck off.
Yeah. Well, okay, my very first play, because my friend had all these N64 games, and she just like gave them to me because she didn't play. So I was like, okay. And I was like, what is this? Resident Evil 2, that sounds cool. Didn't know it was a horror game or anything, so I put it in, and I loaded one of her files, because I was like, hey, Claire, that's my grandma's name, so I'll load that one, because the other guy is a guy. I don't fucking play as a guy.
I hate guys that are guys. God.
And then I was on the train, and I'm like, well, how the fuck do I get off the train? And then I find the door, so I get off the train, and I'm like, okay, but there's nothing here. So I go back on the train, find this fucking kid standing there doing nothing, so I was like, well, what does she want? So I talked to her thinking, that's how the game starts. And like this kid just said something. I don't remember what. Well, I remember, but back then I don't remember what exactly she said at that point. And yeah, I just like stopped playing, and I was like, I'll start over. Started over, got to the fucking liquor in the window, and then stopped playing for 10 years or something. Until somebody was
10
like,
years.
Resident Evil is such a good game, and I was like, oh, I have that. Let me go back and try it
play
again.
5 minutes every 10 years. I'll get through it one day.
But
Sounds like me with any other.
So wait, you haven't gone through the whole thing?
oh, I have.
Oh, okay.
But the first time I played it, I fucking stopped because that liquor made me shit
Oh,
myself.
okay.
But then I
That's what
saw
it's
my
there
roommate.
for.
I saw my roommate at the time how he play it like back to back, trying to get that. You have to finish it under an hour. And he finally finished it with like 1 hour and 1 minute, and fucking got so mad.
Damn.
So I got to see the game, and then I played it more, and like it's probably one of my favorite ones.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Awesome. What else have you been playing? Anything?
I finished Sometimes Always Monsters before you.
Yeah, that's
And I
fucked
got
up. I
mad
started
at
it first.
Yeah.
How could this
I got-
happen?
I got really mad at it. And well, I mean, I finished it, but it's not finished, but I can't actually continue, so I think I finished it, and then the game just makes you sit there and do nothing.
That made no sense.
No, like I finished it. My story ended, but not like my story just actually ended. And then they made me play as somebody else, and I was like, well, I don't want to fucking play as somebody else. But I can't actually do anything in this game. Like, I can just walk around the house. They won't let me. They'll let me take a shower. That's pretty much it.
I thought you were going to say they let me take a shit.
Not even.
Not
Oh my
even.
God.
Sometimes always not taking shits.
Gross.
And then I played some. I actually got back into Welcome to Hanwell, and Diz knows. Diz knows. So really scared.
Yeah, that one looks really creepy. I saw a video that you posted on YouTube.
Oh, you watched it?
Like, yeah, just that, like, figure
The
just
compilations
standing
of
in
like
the...
get fucked.
No,
and
like, it
you're
was just like
scared.
a 10 or 15 second video of just like this creepy thing, like a shadow just standing in a hallway and everything's all like freaking out.
Oh, that one, yeah. That
It looks really cool.
I was like bitching about the lockers being completely useless, and then 10 seconds later, this fucking like skinny naked dude stands there, and the lockers are freaking out, and I'm like, no, no.
Yeah, I want to try that out. It looks really cool.
Do it. It's good. I think it's on sale.
Ooh, I like sales.
Sales.
Those are
Come on,
good.
digital sales.
Oh, never mind. Forget it. Unless it's like $2, I'll buy it. $2.
It's probably like way better on VR, but I wouldn't know.
Oh, it has VR?
I don't know.
Ooh, oh, God damn it.
I don't fucking know.
Thank you for all your information.
You're welcome.
Diz,
The hand
how
roll.
was your week? What have you been playing? And first Resident Evil 2 experience, go.
All right, my week was okay, and then like I had like a stomach bug going on, so I'm trying to get over that.
Stop eating bugs.
You were sick? I don't believe you.
I'm always sick.
You should just start telling us when you're not sick.
Oh yeah, I should start.
We'll never hear from her.
Oh no.
And I never heard from her again. And I mean, I just been relaxing, and ow, I hit something.
Been relaxing. Ow.
Ow.
Only Diz would hurt herself relaxing.
Don't mind me. I've been playing Spider-Man before I got Resident Evil 2, and Spider-Man's awesome. Been playing both of them.
Which one's better?
Resident Spider.
Don't do this.
You have to choose. One goes in the trash, one goes in the system.
Well,
One goes in your heart.
On the shelf.
There is no shelf.
Well, I'd have to say Spider-Man because I didn't cry during Spider-Man, so.
God damn it. This backfired.
And my first Resident Evil 2 experience, it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. I was like super, like, sleep deprived, and I put it in the 64. I'm like, alright, let's play. My friend let me borrow it, and I'm just sitting here running through the first part, and then I start laughing. I don't know why. I start laughing, and then
Hysteria.
I died. Yeah! And then I'm like, oh yeah, you're laughing at zombies, bitch. Go to sleep.
Oh, wow.
Go to sleep. Go to sleep.
time
It's
has
time to go to
come.
bed. Exactly. But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Maple, welcome back. How was your week? What you been playing? And what baptized you in the Resident Evil 2 fire?
Well, it's good to be back once again. It's been a long time. Having weekends off was great. Had a lot of things to do. See friends and family, do things outside, and come home really late and being sleep deprived. So, for video games I've been playing lately, I haven't been playing all that much, surprisingly. I guess I've just been waiting for Resident Evil 2 to finally come out, and it did.
Time for
Finally.
Yes, finally. So for experience, my first memories of Resident Evil 2 started off way back when I was a child. I was coming down for Christmas to see other family members, and I remember my uncle playing Resident Evil 2 on the PlayStation. And I can remember fondly, he was playing in the umbrella area where there's a large multiple screens and whatnot, I guess almost at the end of the game. And I think he was going to be dealing with Birkin at some point, and that's what really got me interested in the game. It's like, oh, this is really cool. But of course, me being a young kid, I couldn't really play it. So I only had to sit there in the corner and just watch my uncle play it. And
You had to sit in the corner to watch? Like, you can watch me, but go
Basically.
sit in the fucking corner while you do it. And wear this humiliating hat while you do it. You fuck.
Well, nothing like that, but it's like me being the kid and whatnot, not to disturb my uncle while he's playing the game. It's like, I get it, and it's just like, I was just so fascinated by the game, and I guess that's really what got me interested and so fascinated, or just in love with the Resident Evil as a whole altogether, because from there I started looking at Resident Evil 3, the original, and yeah, been stuck with it ever since.
Oh, so 2 was actually your first Resident Evil game?
Yeah, 2 was my first, and I was able to get the third one on my own, with my own money, which I felt very proud. I still have the original disc with me to this day.
Nice. You never forget your first. That's what they say.
Oh my god.
Never.
It's always
Was
the
my
uncles.
first.
It's always the uncles.
Whoa.
Oh my god. Okay,
Wow.
wait, hold on.
Yes, that's a
Hold
different
on.
topic.
Oof.
It was my uncle who introduced me to Resident Evil 3.
Wow.
It's not bad.
I think I'm in
That
the
was,
wrong discussion here. I gotta go.
Go ahead and end it then.
In today's
Need to make some
therapy
phone
podcast.
calls.
Oh, but it was my uncle who introduced me to Resident Evil, Dino Crisis, all that. And it was my friend's uncle who introduced me to Resident Evil 4 and all that crap. So, like, yeah.
You know what's funny about what Maple said? Like he went to your uncle's house and he was playing, but you didn't want to disturb him, so you had to sit in a corner. Now, like, we're those uncles. Like, kids come over and we're playing fucking Resident Evil, and they're like, "What are you playing?" We're like, "Shh,
Quiet you.
go away."
How did you
We're that
escape your
generation
chains
now.
from the basement?
We let you back in.
Wow.
Oh my god.
But yeah, Jazz,
Wait,
you were
those
correct
kids?
when
What?
we were at that age.
Yeah, it's like that's like full circle. Well, not really,
Indeed.
but like
Quarter
full
circle.
Resident Evil circle. Like, it's fucking. This came out in what, 96?
98.
98.
I thought it was set in 98, but came out in 96.
No,
It was
the first game came out in 96 and was set in
Oh.
98. 2 was also set in 98 but came out in 98.
in 98. Okay, so that was 20 years
When
ago.
Resident Evil came out, 1998 was the future.
It's 20 years ago, and we're still fucking playing the same
I was a
goddamn
year
game
old
on
when
the
the first
same
one came out.
consoles. I was 10.
So
I was
if
just
you
born.
played the Resident Evil remake, the first one, you'd be playing a game that takes place in the past but also takes place in the future.
The first one is Resident Evil 5, Shaun. Let's
Oh
not
yeah, I
forget
fucked up. Damn.
it. God damn it.
This
Did
timeline
you
is
not
so
listen?
confusing.
I'll draw it out for you with those stick people.
Oh, I need a map. I like maps.
Oh, I can't do math.
Resident Evil told me that I should like maps.
I have a shitty
So I
sense
do.
of direction.
I do. I really do, actually. I look at my map like every 10 seconds, and when I'm playing like survival horror games, I live in the map. It's terrible.
What? Okay, Dora.
Wow.
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good about not looking at it. I just remember.
Fuck you.
Never pick it up.
Wow, Shaun.
I prefer to complain than to look at them up.
That's fair.
I like that. That's a good idea.
If you play as Leon, you can't stop and ask for directions.
Because you're a man.
Yeah.
It's not allowed.
Meanwhile, Claire's holding up a map to every fucking zombie, and she's like, "Excuse me, my brother's not on his map." Shaun,
Yes.
how was your week? / what have you been playing? / how was your first experience of Resident Evil 2?
Oh, wow. Thank you.
I did it. I remembered.
You did it. I'm impressed.
Yeah, no, we don't actually.
I didn't.
Shut up.
Wow. I didn't think you'd go through the whole thing. I'm impressed, and then you fucking ruined it.
I made it better.
Did you?
No.
Get fucked. My week has been pretty damn great. I'm on Resident Evil vacation. I took some time off from work for this amazing moment in history because I had to.
You guys should call it a remakeation.
Oh,
because everybody seems to have booked off like a week to play it. So
yeah.
Well, because they are smart.
I just book off a full week because I don't get scheduled. Yeah.
Wow. So you did it too, and you didn't even have to try. It's amazing. I went to the midnight or 9 p.m. release. They're doing it at 9 p.m. now, I guess, for some reason. It's weird because they used to do a midnight release at midnight because like it goes into the next day, so they can technically give it out without getting in trouble. But now they're giving it away at 9 p.m. So like, what the fuck? How can they get away with that? My only thought would be because it's like close of business, so it's like the end of the business day. I don't know. It's confusing and weird, but yeah. I went to that. I picked up my collector's edition. It's very beautiful. I haven't even really looked at it because I had to put the game in and play immediately, but that's all I've been doing since I picked it up. Just playing it non-stop. I'm on my 3rd playthrough. It's incredible. My life is complete, and we'll talk about that more later. Did somebody just say hello in the background? What was that? Or was that a cat?
I think that was my door. My apologies.
Oh,
my
you're
door
good.
can talk.
It sounded like a cat saying
Door
hello. It was weird.
Hello, Dor.
Hello, Door. I played some other games like The Last of Us and Street Fighter, but none of that matters anymore. I also I ordered the collector's edition of RE2 from this place called Pix and Love, which is a French gaming website. So they charged me for the game. They have not shipped the game yet, and they haven't responded to any of my emails. So I'm a little worried about that. But Jazz, that's why I said I might need to lean on your Frenchiness.
Lean on me when
But,
you're not strong.
Hopefully they get back to me. And well, hopefully I didn't throw that money away and they send me the collector's edition. It's pretty cool too. It comes in like this really pretty red box and it comes with an art book and stuff. It's really cool. So hopefully
I have a
get
question.
that. Yeah, what's up?
My concern is, why did you choose a French site of all the other vendors you can think of?
Because it's only available at that particular site.
Are you serious?
Shaun
Yeah.
wants like a French Resident Evil.
Well, like every region seems to be getting their own. Like, there's a UK one, there's a US one, there's a Japanese one. There's like 3 Japanese ones. There's the French one. They're fucking like they're all over the place.
Okay, so from what we've learned in Resident Evil and its history of Resident Evil, French people are not good people.
Wow.
Right? Remember what happened to Claire and Code
Get fucked, Jazz.
I mean, he's French too.
That is true. I am French.
Yeah,
I'm not a good person.
But he can say it because he is French. But that's still singling out you.
No,
Kind
we're
of.
talking about French.
Oh, okay.
We're French Canadian is different.
We can get away with that. That's true.
Oh.
We are French Canadians. We're not from France.
You're
I'm
just
actually
French
also
enough.
Wow.
But yeah, hopefully they didn't
But
steal
yeah,
my money and I get that.
I'm hoping as well you get exactly what you deserve with that hard-earned cash, and the French don't screw with you. Hopefully.
What do you
get
mean
what
what
you
I deserve? What is this?
They're going to send French mafia after you.
Bien sûr, you won't get your game. You're screwed. Get out of here.
And my first Resident Evil 2 experience was when it launched way back in good old 1998. I was completely obsessed with the original, and I was stalking Resident Evil 2 in magazines ever since it was announced. You know, back in the day when we got news on paper instead of the internet. Back in my day.
I was younger.
But yeah, I slowly watched as Resident Evil 2 evolved, and I was drooling over it, and just my hype kept fucking getting bigger and bigger. And then I read that it was scrapped, and I died on the inside. But it came back, and it looked even better. So that was good. But like back then, like when you're reading information out of magazines and you're getting news slowly, when you read that it's canceled, like for a month or more, you're just in the dark. Like, well, fuck, I guess that's done. You know,
Damn.
I guess I won't find anything else for another month or two. But yeah, it came back, and yeah, I remember picking that up on launch day when it came out. I picked it up at a local store called Game Force. I don't know if you guys have those over there or not. No, but I picked it up with the strategy guide, you know, back when they made strategy guides.
I have that
guess
too,
they
where
kinda-
like you flip one side and it's Claire and the other side is Leon.
I used to have that one too. No, the one that I got was just like, it was really ugly. It was just like a big brown looking eye. It was the worst. Wow. Anywho. But yeah, so yeah, I even so when I got my copy of Resident Evil 2, like they had a card inside of it that had that promotion going on for like win a chance to be in George A. Romero's Resident Evil movie. And I remember being like, oh my god, there's going to be a Resident Evil movie and I could be in it. And I filled out that card as a stupid little kid thinking I was going to be in the Resident Evil movie. And we all know how that ended up. Like,
hey, I wish
first
you had
off,
made that.
I was too young to even be in a movie that's rated R. And second, it never even fucking came out.
You gotta. There's a lot of rated R movies that have zombie kids. Those kids are really kids.
I mean, are they?
Well,
There's-
I mean,
Yeah, I
they
mean, I
were
guess
before
that's
they got in a
true.
movie.
But like in my stupid tiny mind, I was going to be the main character. You know, like I was
I
going
want
to
to
be
be the
somebody.
Resident Evil.
I was going to be somebody important.
George
I'll be
Romero.
Birkin. It'll be great.
Oh my god.
Oh, and that one, if you wanted to be, you would have been Chris, the Native American guy who like feeds eagles and fights
Oh
crime.
God.
Oh my god.
Yeah, at the time we didn't know any of that shit. Thank
Oh
God.
my god.
We could dream about it actually being a real movie, a good
Now I
movie.
just want to go. I want to go read that again now. So good.
But yeah, I just absolutely got lost in Resident Evil 2. You know, there's 4 ways to go through the campaign, which was unusual for the time. It had like all this unlockable stuff. It was just crazy. I absolutely loved that game. I played through 2 probably more than I've played through any other Resident Evil. Part of that's just because like I read in a magazine that you could unlock Akuma, which was bullshit from Street Fighter. But because again, I was reading shit out of magazines and I didn't know that they did things like April Fool's stuff.
Oh my god.
So I thought like they had a screenshot in there and everything that showed Akuma like in the test tube in Resident Evil 2, and I'm like, oh my god, I need this in my life.
Oh
And
my
the requirements was like, oh yeah, go through the game and meet these super unrealistic, like no saving, no getting hit, all these like guidelines that you had to follow, and you had to go through the game 6 times to do it. And I did that, and I unlocked nothing, and I was very upset. And then I learned about April Fool's jokes in magazines.
Oh my god.
It was terrible. But I've probably gone through Resident Evil 2, I don't even know, like more than a dozen times. It's crazy. It's so good. But yeah, that was my first experience. I played it on day 1, and I've always been a fan. Been waiting for this day to happen. Not since then, obviously, but yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect. Beautiful.
So, just out of curiosity, when I know you guys probably didn't pick it up on day 1, so when did you end up playing it? Jazz?
I was in grade 3 or 4, I think. Because I didn't have a PlayStation growing up. I had a Super Nintendo, and then I had an N64. And like I was playing when we got our N64, we were mostly playing Ocarina of Time. And then like when she gave me a batch of games, that it was in there, and I had never heard of Resident Evil. and I think I was in 3rd grade. That's how, I don't know how old I was then.
Nice. But it was during the lifespan of the console? Like, it wasn't, like, after the fact? Like, down the road?
No, the console was still fairly new.
Because, like, if you go, like, if your first experience playing Resident Evil 2 was, like, yesterday, it's a very different experience than it would be if you played it. If you played it back when it was new.
Well,
that's
like,
why I ask.
I don't know if you would say, like, I played it, because, like I said, I just, like, I loaded some game files and ran around a little bit and then got scared once and stopped. So the first time I would actually have picked it up would have been, like, I would have been around 19 when I actually started playing Resident Evil. That was just because I watched a lot of Shadow Leggy videos and didn't understand
Oh, God.
anything. I was like, who are these people? I want to play this game now. And then I was like, oh, I totally have this game.
Resident Evil looks like it's fun and lighthearted. Let's go.
Yeah, and that's about the time I met Andrew. And then Resident Evil got ruined.
Wow.
Damn.
What about you, Diz?
I actually picked up Resident Evil 2 in particular in sophomore year. I had the N64, and my friend brought it over. She's like, here, you should try this. It's really cool. You like zombies, horror, and all that crap. I'm like, yeah, that's fucking awesome. And then I played it that one night at like 2 a.m. But I tried it again a couple days down the road, and I'm just like, what? This is pretty cool. And then like I had to give it back to her because obviously it was hers. And then I went out and bought.
Should have stolen it.
No, I bought it. I bought the GameCube one from a store near me. And then I just, yeah.
Oh, so you played it when the GameCube was out?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, I have it on GameCube too. Look at that.
What about you, Maple? Did you play it, like, was your experience when it was still new, or was it, like, after the fact?
For myself in particular, I mean, I never really got a chance besides seeing my uncle play it. And I remember still having the PlayStation originally at the time. I think I was just beginning my high school year, or probably just before that. So I remember discussing with my mom, saying I wanted Resident Evil 3 for the longest of the time. I had to argue with her and whatnot for whatever reason. Somehow I won, and I got the game. And yeah, ever since then, I've been playing Resident Evil 3 as one of my first entry games to the Resident Evil series, and I've kept it ever since. And yeah, here I am today.
Nice. Yeah, that's one thing that kind of sucks about, like, especially survival horror games, because, like, they're cinematic and they're scary. So, like, if you experience it when it comes out, like, within that console generation, it's, like, a completely different experience than if you were to go back and experience it, like, after the next systems have come out. Because, like, if you're used to seeing, like, Resident Evil Remake and things that look like that, and then you go and you play Resident Evil 2 or 1, it's not going to really be scary, you know? And I think that's going to be the case kind of indefinitely. Like, even games like Resident Evil 2 Remake, like, way down the road when things look like a movie, we're going to look back and look at that game and it's going to look like, oh, that just looks like a game. It looks like shit. It's not going to be scary anymore, you know?
Yeah, that's what I have. I love my best friend. I do. But he refuses. But he refuses to go back and like play the older games because of how they look. And I'm like, that's stupid. That's
yeah, I mean,
really stupid.
They're still great games, like, and you can still enjoy them. But it's just like my experience when I played like Silent Hill. Silent Hill scared me more than Resident Evil games did, just because like you couldn't see like more than a couple feet in front of you, and the music was just fucking terrifying and stuff like that. That game literally like stressed me out when I played it because
the psychological horror.
Yeah, but when I played it, like that was what graphics were. It's like, oh my god, this game looks amazing. It's terrifying. But if I were to play that for the first time today, I could enjoy it, but it wouldn't have that impact on me because I know things look a lot more realistic and more terrifying than that, right? It looks almost like a joke at this point. So it sucks because it loses that impact if you don't experience it when it comes out. But yeah, that's the reason why I wanted to know. I was just curious. But yeah, so Resident Evil 2 Remake is already a huge success. It's selling well. It's being received well. It's getting really, really good reviews. So, I mean, we pretty much showed Capcom that we wanted survival horror in our Resident Evil, and now they know it. They did it, and it really paid off. Now that there's a good chance that they're going to stick with that formula, with that in mind, what would you guys like to see for Resident Evil going forward? Would you want to see like a new game? And if so, like what would that look like? Would it be VR? Would it be more like Resident Evil 2 Remake? Or would you prefer to see like a remake, something like Outbreak or Resident Evil 3? Yeah. Or actually, go ahead, Maple. You started.
Yeah.
To be really honest with you, I mean, I don't know if it's greedy on my part to say that. Okay, I mean, I haven't completed Resident Evil 2 yet on my end, but just seeing how it's built thus far, and it's a very, very pretty game. I would like to see what they could do with Resi 3 as well, but I think I would want to wait for maybe, another 5 years for that to come back and make such a huge leap.
Wow.
Yeah, I would like to see, it did such a leap now that I'd rather see Resi 3 make another leap as well again.
Leap into some pants!
Yeah, I see. I see what you mean, because every time they do a remake like that, it's a remake. It's like a graphical experience, because you do have something to compare it to. Like one had, when they did remake, you could compare it to one, and you had that graphical leap, and that was its own experience. And now you have two's remake, and again, you get to see that jump in graphics, and that's a big part of that experience. So it would be cool to see that big jump in quality again, but I don't know. I just don't think it's necessary for PS1 games, because they can't look much worse, So any kind of an update, especially with what we have right now, like Resident Evil 2 Remake looks so incredible. I'd like to see Resident Evil 1 Remake get remade in that engine. That would be amazing. But, I mean, I get what you mean. Remake. It would be cool to see another upgrade with a new engine on a new platform, like PS5 or something like that. So you'd probably rather see Resident Evil 8 come out, and then a couple generations down the line, or the next generation, see a remake then?
I guess. In a sense, because I know they're on the hype train right now. They got as much popularity, it's growing once again, and I wouldn't want them to waste it to oversaturate the market again with Resident Evil products. It's we have this gem, let's enjoy it, and not just expect that, there's another one's going to be coming. No. That's it. That's all you're getting for the first 5 years.
Oh, wow.
That's it.
I don't know.
Because that's the thing I realized. Games that took them 4 to 5 years are stellar. So it's Capcom, sure. You got something good. Just keep doing what you're doing. Release a game in every 4 or 5 years. I'm set.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. But, that just sucks having to wait 5 years per title. I think... I kind of agree with that for the main franchise. I think they should take their time, give us a numbered title every 5 years, maybe even 3 years, something like that, 3 to 5 years, and then in between they can give us games like Revelations 3 or whatever, or remakes, things like that. That way we still have things that we can play and new experiences, and that still gives them the time to make a really high quality game. Because to me it seems like Resident Evil 2 had more of a budget and more time put into it than 7 did, which is kind of weird. It should be the other way around. I mean, I'm happy for it. I'm really happy for it, but I feel to get the franchise on track again, that kind of love and time and care needs to put into the main series, and then just give us other stuff in between.
I mean, you're right about that, but also we have to take in consideration that when you make comparison between the past game into our current generation and what we're playing, we have to take in notice that they have a legacy. These are the very first games that made the biggest impact as we were growing as adults. So they realize that we have a lot of people who are going to be buying this game because they've experienced it 20 years ago, and they're gonna scrutinize it for sure and see whether or not it lives up to the emotion that they first felt when they played the game 20 years back.
Yeah, it's a lot to live up to. And they did it.
They have. To our surprise, they exceeded our expectation, and here we are again in love with Resident Evil 2 and playing the living hell out of it again.
It almost seems like that's where they need to focus on. They're really, really good at making remakes. They're 2 for 2 at this point. First remake was fucking incredible. Second remake is even better than that. I didn't even think that was possible, but they pulled it off. So think of what they could do with 3 if they did like you said, and they gave it 5 years, and that was their main focus, and they did it again. That could be fucking incredible.
Imagine the future. nemesis.
No.
Truly scaring the living hell out of you.
No.
You got a taste of that, kind of.
Yeah, now even better.
Yeah. Like, playing Resident Evil 2 has made me think of, like, all the things that they could do with 3, and it could be pretty fucking amazing. I hope they end up doing it. But I get, like you said, though, I hope they do it right. I do hope they give it the attention and the time that it needs to be as impactful as Remake 1 and 2. But I just feel like they need to keep interest in the franchise if they're going to do that. They got to give us something in between that 5-year period. But Revelations would be great. You know, that's all we need.
Oh, you're right about that, and I agree that they should have more other products in the meantime in between to keep us focused and I hate the word, engaged. But
trigger word.
As we know. Yeah, it's a very trigger word. But we do know that Capcom has other IPs in stock for us for later on. I mean, who would have thought that the Monster Hunter would be as big as it would be once they release onto a console? And there you go. If they take more chances like these, like as proven, Resi 2 and Monster Hunter, they can definitely do something else other than just following the two like the major games that they have, such as Resident Evil. They can also create a new IP altogether. They have the talent. I see no reason why not.
They could fix Mega Man. But I don't even think Resident Evil 2 Remake was really a risk. Like, I think if Capcom ever had a sure thing, it was this. They had a fan base. Like, even if the game was terrible, there was enough people out there that wanted this that they would have bought it and just been disappointed, but they would have made their money. Like, hands down, they would have sold those copies. The fact that they delivered gives them security for the future. Like, now that they have this rapport and they're like, hey, we can do this and we can do it right and we can give you what you guys really want, that builds excitement for what's going to be next. So now when they release another game, that game's probably going to do really well. And that's what they need to keep doing.
Of course, you know, building rapport with their clients and gamers is a very good thing, like you said. Yeah. But I don't think that's the last thing as a company that Capcom wants to do is release Resident Evil 2 and it's either mediocre or it flopped because it was not to our expectations. That would be a major like pain. And then I don't think they'd be yeah, that's basically it. You would just be so disappointed, disheartened, and sad. It would kind of this would hurt them really in the bottom line. They would not want to risk that.
Yeah, there was a lot riding on it for sure. I mean, Resident Evil's their #1 franchise right now. Well, I guess now technically it's Monster Hunter because of that one title, but franchise-wise, Resident Evil's been their primary moneymaker. This was a deal breaker for a lot of those fans, and if this had bombed, like, that company would probably be in trouble, I think, because they can't, as well as Monster Hunter did, like, they can't live off of that one franchise. So it's good. It's good for everybody.
Yeah, everyone wins this time around, which is nice.
Yep, it's great. Hey, Jazz.
Hello.
It's time for some news.
Time for some news. Time for some news.
Fucking hate you.
For anyone who doesn't understand what's going on, check out my channel, Tipping Canoes. I posted a video for Resident Evil 2 Remake for Shaun that he had no idea about, and it's beautiful. I fucking had so much fun doing it. And go check it out.
Yeah, it made me laugh. Definitely go check it out. It's fun.
God, I was like crying while doing it, and that's like I'm making it.
I made the mistake of watching that on my phone at work, and I'm just sitting there like smiling like a fucking idiot, trying not to laugh out loud.
Making that sound like.
God.
Like you're not. Oh God.
Hey, I didn't get my doot.
Oh, I thought you were just fucking saying that.
Nope, it's actually time for some news. Perfect. Oh God. Yeah, so this isn't going to be just like any news. It's not going to be like what's going on with the I can't even say news anymore without it being funny.
No, I'm looking at something
Oh, okay.
else.
But no, it's going to be Resident Evil news only. So first thing we have is Resident Evil is headed to the small screen, maybe. Have you guys heard about this?
No. I haven't.
Yes, I have.
Like a long,
Netflix.
long time ago.
Yep. Of course Netflix. Who else would it be? It's always
Of course.
Netflix. But yeah, so rumor has it that Constantine Films, which is the same studio behind the movies, God help us, will be behind the show. No showrunner has been announced yet, but the show's supposedly being made to further expand upon the game's lore and deepen the mythology of the expanded Resident Evil universe. Those are some pretty murky waters. It's a dangerous path.
Kind of scared.
The series is
I
said,
don't understand.
Yeah, it's I don't know that you want to jump into the lore of Resident Evil. It's kind of all over the place. But the series is said to only be using the Resident Evil game as a loose template, although signature elements and Easter eggs will be included to tie back to the source material. So it sounds like it's, again, going to be kind of like the movies where they're going to have new characters, new story, and they're just going to kind of pepper in some Resident Evil stuff, which could be really great if it's done well. And if
like the books.
I haven't read the books yet. Well, I read about half of the first one, and that seemed pretty good. But I mean, there's a lot of potential there. You know, they have a ton of characters that they can kind of interact with. Like, it doesn't have to be about them, but they have to be in there, and they have to be done right. Like, that was the problem with the movies, is they got so absorbed with Alice and fucking making her this fucking, like, god character, and just bitch slapping and walking all over the actual characters that built the franchise. Like, that's not how you do it.
Which were also cast like garbage.
Yeah, they were casted poorly. They were treated like shit. Like, they were all worthless. That's not how you do it. Like, when you do put a primary character in there, you need to put the spotlight on them. They need to be a badass. They need to contribute to whatever the story is. Like, they need to be crucial to what's going on. Otherwise, why even put them in there?
The only one that was good was Nikolai.
He was entertaining, but he was still garbage.
Like, he was. That's saying a lot, though. He was the best one.
I think that Jill was probably the best as far as closeness.
She was like 40. She smoked. She was a bitch. Garbage.
Got fired.
Wow.
Jeez, you're taking it personal.
There was like some love affair with Alice or something. I don't fucking understand.
Whoa, hold on.
They had absolutely listen. They had absolutely no explanation whatsoever as to why she was suddenly wearing that suit and blonde hair in the next movie. Like, they were like out in the rain. They go rescue Alice, and the next movie, fucking Jill's like Samus.
Well,
nobody asked why. I was like, shut up! This movie's about my wife, not about this girl.
What was her line to Alice? She said something about like, "Oh, I'm bad, but not that bad," or something good, or whatever the fuck the phrasing.
But I'm not that good.
Yeah, like really.
Oh God.
That is a direct kick to the balls.
When they first introduced her, and she's fucking running down the thing like through the crowds, calling out to her Stars buddy, and it's some guy named like Pete or Peyton or something, and I'm like, bitch, you wrong. It's supposed to be Barry. Where's Barry?
Where's Barry?
Like, nobody can get in and out of the city, and the Stars were all supposed to be stuck in there at the same time, but for some fucking reason, none of them are in there except for Jill and this fucking dick.
That was weird. Let's have this guy that's going to take Barry's place and pretty much be Barry, but we're not going to make him Barry at all.
Yeah, we're just going to make some random dude. We're going to give him a fake made-up name, because he'll die later.
Like, we need a character, a support character that can be there to interact with Jill. What should we do? Well, in the game they have this bear. No. We need something else. We need a character. It's like, fuck you.
They just so much money, so much potential, and they fucked it up because they didn't explain anything.
The worst part, well, I don't know if it's the worst part, but one thing that's really shitty is they made ass loads of money doing this too. Like, not only did they do it wrong and make a ton of shitty movies, but they made out like bandits.
I liked the first one. That was it. It was a really good, like, downfall of Umbrella movie, because there was no superpowers and there was no shitty actors playing characters we know. Pretty sure the cop was supposed to be Leon, but they gave him another name.
In what?
In the first one, like in the first movie they made.
I felt like that was more Chris than Leon.
But he's like a rookie cop, and he's not in the system because he's new to the RPD.
Well, he wasn't even a rookie cop, though. He was just posing as one.
Oh yeah, but nothing.
You just heard good. Rookie cop, and your mind went to Leon.
No. I don't know. He just like I didn't know the game much back then.
Because, I mean, he looks kind of like Chris, and he kind of filled that role for what it was, I guess. And he had a sister.
Then he became Nemesis.
That was
because they put him in the Project Nemesis.
Can we not talk about these movies anymore?
I was making fun.
God damn it.
Fuck this garbage.
So next piece of news we have is Resident Evil 2 Remake is getting a low polygonal costume pack for free in March, and it will be labeled
I'm excited.
Leon 98 and Claire 98 respectively. Cannot fucking wait for this.
Aww.
You get to play super blocky Leon and Claire. It's going to be great.
HD.
HD blocks.
HD polygons.
Like
which
fucking
is
Lego.
which is perfect for RCS. Oh shit. Could RCS be coming back? Maybe.
Here we go, ladies.
Maybe question mark.
Gentlemen.
Maybe question mark. But yeah. And that's cool, it's free. Good job, Capcom. I fucking hate DLC, but at least they're not charging people for it.
It's beautiful. Brings a tear to my eye.
Next time just put it in the game. You fuck.
Wow. Okay.
But it's still great. It's still great. And then the next piece of news is also DLC related for Resident Evil 2. Capcom has announced the first batch of Resident Evil 2 DLC in the form of Ghost Survivors.
Oh.
Yeah, boy. So
that sounds terrifying.
What?
This free DLC will offer 3 additional short stories involving 3 different characters, including the gun shop owner Robert Kendo, an unnamed member of the Umbrella Security Service, and the daughter of the Raccoon City mayor. Ghost Survivors looks to take the place of the battle mode and will feature randomly generated scenarios and item placement, feature a unique enemy, and have a shop that will allow you to purchase upgrades with points earned in the game. No microtransactions. So, sounds pretty cool.
Sounds beautiful.
Again, I really wish it was on the disc, but it's free, so that's cool.
The mayor's wife, or mayor's daughter.
And they're not, and this was a chance for them to put microtransactions in there, so I'm glad that they did not do that. Because I would have been
I'm sure
pissed.
it was a huge debate in the office. Everyone must be screaming at each other. It's like, no, we must stay true to the game. No microtransaction.
Put that
Back
money.
in '98, we didn't have microtransactions.
It worked well in Resident Evil 5. Like, you don't have to play the game a shitload of times to be able to unlock all the cool things.
I fucking hate that. I just hate that it's there, staring you in the face. Oh, you died and you don't have a fucking crystal or whatever. Would you like to spend money? No, fuck off. I already spent money. Leave me alone. Let me play the game.
Remake cell phone edition.
Oh no.
Watch this video to revive Claire.
Oh god. Oh god.
Don't give them ideas.
Yeah, please don't.
Jazz, please.
Oh.
Resident Evil tap fight.
But yeah, like it's just the fact that it's like integrated into the structure of the game. Like you're in Revelations, like as you're looking at levels and you're picking your loadout and stuff, you can just see that shit there. And I don't like that. Like I don't want to be prompted to spend money in this full retail version of a game that I bought. Like it's okay to do that on a cell phone or a free-to-play game, but if I bought it, keep that shit out of my game.
No, I mean that's what I'm saying. Like in Resident Evil 5, you didn't have to spend money to get all your shit. You could just like you earn a score as you play the game, and then you use those points to unlock like mercenaries, characters.
Oh, 5,
and shit like
yeah.
that. Yeah. That's what I mean. Like that it did well in Resident Evil 5. You didn't have to play the game 20 times.
Did you say 5 first?
Yeah.
Did you really? Why did I hear Revelations 2? My rage just fucking took over.
I was like,
I have to be careful.
In my brain, I just had like microtransactions, Resident Evil, rage.
Well, in your ears, you should have had what I was saying.
Wow. No, that's the last thing I'm gonna hear.
On happier news.
No, for real. Like, yeah, Resident Evil 5 is the way that you're supposed to do it. Like, there's nothing wrong with earning points in a game and then having a store in the game that you can redeem for unlockables. Like that's just how games work. Like you
but
unlock
the points
things.
go up fast enough too. Like it worked in the sense that that's what I mean. You didn't have to play like over and over and over again just to fucking get enough points. Like, they accumulated roughly quickly.
You did for a couple things, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't like super padded or anything like that. It was,
the only thing
it was
that
a good
sucked
balance.
is getting A rank in Mercenaries to unlock Jill, and I fucking lost my shit over that with Diz.
But like, could you imagine if alongside that they had shit in there that said, "Oh, would you like to buy more points to unlock shit faster?" Fuck you.
That's retarded. Why can't I just like unlock the thing right away? I don't need to buy the points. If I'm gonna spend the money, give me my fucking shit.
Well, I mean, you should still earn it, like, because then you have like the satisfaction of unlocking things. But when you buy things, there's no satisfaction. It's just misery.
I don't like it because, like, if I get angry and I get, like, stubborn angry, like, I'm gonna, if I keep dying, I lose all my lives or whatever, and I see that shit, I will buy it because I'm pissed off and I want to fucking do it.
I know, that's what they count on, too. Like, they take advantage of people like you. It's the worst.
Terrible.
All right, let's run away from the subject quickly.
Yes, please.
Run. Don't look back.
Getting triggered.
So, I know Jazz has not played Resident Evil 2 Remake. Diz, how far have you gotten?
I have just met Ada.
Without spoilers.
Fucking Ada's in this?
Yeah.
Damn it.
Shit, sorry, Jazz.
How about you, Maple?
more upset
How
about
far have
Ada.
you gotten?
Good question. Hold on a second. I just have to remember what I was doing last time. What was I doing last time? Right.
Was I even
Dogs.
playing Resident Evil 2?
I was playing Resident Evil 2. I was dealing with the dogs in the garage.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. You guys are
Yeah.
super early in that. Wow. Son of a
Sorry.
bitch. Well, then.
I'm so early, I'm not even at the start.
Oh.
So, do you guys not want to know anything about mechanic stuff? Like, things that are going on in the game other than story? Because I was going to talk about things that they did and changed and added and stuff like that. Just like mechanic things, gameplay stuff. Nothing story related. But if you guys don't want to hear about that, since I'm literally the only one here that has experienced them, I'll understand.
Go for it. I don't care. Go for it.
Yeah, might as well. Knock yourself out.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Shaun, knock yourself out.
Wow. Oh.
Wow. Knock yourself out and never recover.
For all I care.
Wow.
But I'm encouraging him.
Oh, you're right.
For death.
Go ahead. Oh. Hey, it's still encouragement. Just take it.
So,
Damn it.
so everybody has played through the original Resident Evil 2, right? All the way through?
No.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I hate you. Why you always got to be so rebellious?
Because I want to.
Because shut up.
It's not a phase.
It's a forever. So in the original version of Resident Evil 2, you got to play as Sherry and Ada. Wow. The sigh is
Sorry.
real.
I'm just breathing.
Well, let me just say that it's not going to be... it's a lot better in the remake. So, like, they turned
die?
it... So, in the other one, you kind of... In the original, you went through the same areas that you did before in the main campaign. And basically, you just kind of had to run through zombies and get to the end, and that was kind of it. Well, in the remake, when you're playing as Sherry, she gets, like, her own, like, new area of the map. Like, she's in a completely new area. And, like, it's a completely different mechanic. So, like, they turned it into, like, a stealth kind of level.
Oh.
So, like, there's something that you have to avoid. Like, you have to sneak around, and, like, you can actually crouch down and hide behind things. And, like, it's really cool. They completely revamped how that plays out, and it's really good. And they did a similar thing with Ada where they gave her, like, her own mechanic, and there's puzzles using that mechanic that you get to solve. So instead of just, like, oh, here's another playable character that pretty much does what you've been doing the rest of the game, you get something completely new to experience, which is really cool.
So what I'm hearing is I'm gonna fucking die. That's what I'm hearing.
Probably. I died a couple times,
Oh,
but it's fun. It's good.
that means I'm gonna die a lot if you've died a couple times.
Well, maybe not, because since it's stealth, it's hard to say like what's going to happen because you might go the right way where I didn't.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. But yeah, that's a really cool addition. Like things like that is what really sets the remake apart. Like from just like, oh, we're just going to redo this game again and rehash it. Like doing things like this is what makes it worthwhile. And they did a really good job doing this new content. And they could have actually done this like DLC, and they didn't. So I'm very thankful for that.
Proud of them.
And then another thing that they did that's kind of cool that gives you more to do in the game is they added in-game objectives. So you have like trophies and achievements, and then you also have like a list of in-game things that you can do, like kind of additional achievements, but they unlock, like, depending on what it is, they unlock costumes and artwork and in-game models that you can look at and stuff like that. Like, for example, there's one for like blowing up 3 zombies with 1 grenade. Just little things like that that add a little bit more replayability that I thought was really cool.
Nice.
And that's something you can look at, I think, from the main menu, so that's not even really a secret. But just a nice little touch to give you more incentive to keep playing. Plus, I think all that ties into ResidentEvil.net, where you can earn points and stuff like that, so that's kind of cool.
I was going to connect mine.
I'm really hoping that they add more costumes through that, too.
Yes, please.
That would be awesome. Especially because I noticed some of those costumes that were in the original RE2 are missing, which is kind of frustrating. My favorite costume isn't in the game. God damn it.
Is it the Shaun Clark one?
Yes.
He's got like the white beater and the hat.
Yeah. And he holds his
super fucking tanky muscle.
And he holds his gun like sideways, all gangster style. I love it.
Gangsta face, bitch.
Gangsta face, bitch. My outfit's not there, but I'm hoping they add it in some form. Like if it's DLC, I guess I'd rather have it than not. But hopefully it'll be through like re.net or something. But we'll see.
I want the outfit that Leon starts out in.
Because
of his shoes.
Yeah, you can just because of the shoes. You can unlock it. You can play through the whole game like that, yeah.
What? His shoes are so beautiful. Like, how? I'm jealous.
They're so shiny.
They're gorgeous.
I think Sherry got the same shoes, too. I think they shop at the same store.
Kitty Cobbler.
Wow.
Leon shops at Kitty Toddler? Is that what you said?
Kitty Cobbler.
Oh, Cobbler. I like Kitty Toddler better.
I
so
really
redundant.
want them to make a Big Bird or something, like play as Leon, but you're like Elmo. Or
Oh
Big
my
Bird.
god.
All the zombies are Teletubbies.
Oh god.
Oh no.
Fucking nightmare mode.
They're all little Shauns, just like tag team with a big bobblehead.
Wow.
Terrifying.
Actually, just out of curiosity, considering that they're releasing models, the 98 models, would you guys be interested in having the entire like character models of every monster also in the 98 models?
Oh, I would love that. I would pay money dollars for that, even though I would feel gross
that's
about
the thing.
doing
I was like,
it.
I would love to see that. It's like, just don't give me the 2 characters. Do the entire list of characters, the zombies. I don't care. Just put it in there. I'll pay you money. Take my money.
Like, even with my
original
stance,
soundtrack?
I'm screwed. Like, if whatever they release for this game, I'm gonna get it. Like, I don't have a choice. I'm gonna hate it, but I'm gonna do it.
You know what'd be really cool though? If they did like Halo, when they did with the Halo anniversary, where you can like
we
toggle
could switch
back and forth.
That'd be
So yeah, like you're still
amazing.
playing the like over the shoulder third person, but it's
Amazing.
all fucking pixels.
God, I would love that. So, a couple things that I'm hoping. Well, actually, we'll go over that at the end. Like, I want to see kind of like things that you guys want to be in the game, but since you haven't beaten it, I don't know how that's going to play out.
Do we all get to answer
But
this
I'll go
time?
through. Yes. Wow. What does that mean? When did I not allow everyone to answer?
Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Wow. I guess I'll go listen to every podcast and find out.
Good luck with that.
It'll only take me fucking
10 years?
Forever.
12 hours? No,
Oh.
there's more than that. There's what, 18?
No.
Too many to go through.
There's 20 hours.
They're not all 2 hours, shut up.
we keep going over.
Like this episode. It's normal.
God.
We just need to turn it into an hour and a half podcast. It's
So that'll go 2 hours.
No, we'll still aim for an hour, but it'll always be an hour and a half. But so next thing, still 4 reasons to play through the game. Like the original, you had like Leon A, Claire B, and then Claire A, Leon B. So they still have that, but they kind of cut back a little bit, so it's not as in-depth as it used to be. Like there's no zapping system anymore. Like in Resident Evil 2, like there were certain items you could pick up or leave, and Claire could interact with those. That doesn't happen anymore. And then like there was a little bit more story branching through like the 4 different scenarios. Like things would change up a little bit here and there. That doesn't really happen in this. You get a little bit more story, but the story doesn't like branch out the way that it used to, because I think they did that on purpose so that this game had like a definitive storyline. But they still gave you all 4 campaigns or run-throughs, playthroughs, however you want to phrase it. So they're still there. They're just not as like story branchy, if that makes sense. I don't know how much you guys played of the original Resident Evil 2, but like there was alternate endings and Ada could die and stuff like that. Like that, those kind of things can't happen anymore.
Damn it.
So that's it's a little disappointing, but I understand why they did it. Because, like I said, they want to make it canon and streamlined into the rest of the games, which makes sense. And then, what do you guys think of Leon and Claire's designs? There's been a lot of controversy.
Well, I've come like, I guess Leon kind of just warmed up to me. It's like, yeah, I'm starting to like the model. I'm starting to like how he looks and whatnot. Same with Claire. I guess over time you get used to it, and you're just like, okay, I like you guys now. I guess my only concern would be the voice acting for Leon.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I guess I'm always having the original voice actor in my head. Ada!
It's hard to break that.
It's really hard. I was like, I can't do it. I just
Ada,
can't.
wait.
I need the OG. Ada, wait! I was like, I need that back.
That's another thing I wish they would add through DLC. The old dialogue. Yeah, the original dialogue. The original voice acting would be so good.
I'm still going to play it in German.
You know, I'm actually kind of curious to see it in the other languages. I think it'd be interesting. And I think they
played
actually...
in French. I did that with 7.
I think they actually did lip sync for every language, which is fucking crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, that must have been a nightmare.
Oh, well, I guess so. But yeah, I tried just the Japanese voiceover. Very well done. I like it.
Yeah, and yours was in German, right, Jazz, or was it French?
The demo, it was in German.
Yeah, because I was watching yours and the lip sync was great. It was perfect. So I think they did all the language fully lip synced. So good job, Capcom. That's impressive.
3 Shizas from Leon.
Shiza. But no, I mean, I think the more you play, the more you're gonna be more accepting of both his voice and the way that he looks. And same thing with Claire. Like, it was the opposite for me. Like, Claire's voice kind of bothered me more than Leon's did. Because
it's not Allison Clark.
But really? And there's that. Yeah, like I guess I am partial to her. But just overall, it felt kind of weird that she sounded like that. But by the end of the game, I thought it was fine. Like, I was actually happy with it. Actually, probably like in the mid-range of the game, like once I hit about halfway, I kind of liked her voice actor. It's just weird because some of the lines in the beginning I just felt were kind of weird. Like it didn't sound like Claire to me. But again, I had to break out of what I thought Claire sounded like to me forever. I think that was really my problem. But eventually I was accepting of it. And I think Leon was really well done. Like the way that he looks and his voice. Like, perfect. There's times, like there's certain things that he says that actually sound a lot like he used to. Like, it's really interesting.
I don't know. There's a lot of people, at least on my camp, they're like on the fence. I'm kind of on the fence. I'm like, I'm not feeling it. But like you, I guess, OG man, it was just so impactful to me. I can't break away.
It's hard.
It's really hard.
I feel like it captures like the character perfectly, like his voice, and then like I don't mind the way he looks. He looks good to me. It was Claire that I had the issue with, and then I'm just like,
like Zoe.
Claire's?
Yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was.
Just like Zoe.
Yeah, she does. She looks a lot like her.
But I like him. I like him both.
Original Leon, to me, the voice is just going to be RCS Leon forever. I can't even hear the normal guy, because I just hear like, hey, Claire? great.
Oh my god.
I think the problem with Claire is like she makes derpy faces sometimes.
Yep.
And
Yep.
that it just looks weird. And I think they took a lot of screenshots of her like before the game came out where it showed those derpy faces. So like you had that in your mind when you went into the game, so that kind of colored it a little bit.
Yeah.
But eventually it's all okay. It all pans out just fine.
It's all beautiful.
And the thing too is like you have to consider like they're trying to make this look realistic. So the transition from like what Leon used to look like to what this version of him looks like, they had to change it. It's like Chris, but they fucked that up. Like Chris in Resident Evil 7.
Oh.
Like they needed to do something to him. I understand that. They needed to make him look more realistic, but who is that guy? I don't know who that is. It's not Chris. But like if you give Leon a chance, like it really does look like how he should look like in a realistic way. Like it makes a lot of sense. And I think his voice fits the way that he looks really well. And like I said, eventually you'll hear it in his voice where he does kind of portray the same delivery from time to time. So it's still kind of there.
Quality.
All right.
But, you know,
Quality, yeah.
everybody's going to have their likes and dislikes. Some people will probably hate it until the end of time. But I just say be open to it, you know. They did it for a reason.
Agreed.
And also, too, like, along the same lines of, like, how they look and sound is just, like, the emotion in the performance and the dialogue is, like...
God.
It's really... Like, the only word I can think of is, like, genuine. Like, it's not even just, like, amazing voice acting. It feels real.
Yeah.
Like, the way that they deliver lines, it sounds super natural, and it's really cool. Like, there's not a lot of games that really have that kind of a performance.
This is really small, but I like when sometimes you're shooting the zombies and they're like, "What the hell?" or like they have that little comment.
Oh, I know. I love that.
I like that.
What the
I like
fuck?
that. Yeah, exactly. Because I'm like, whoa, me too, man. I was thinking that.
They go full Leon sometimes.
It's perfect. I love it.
Yeah, I really like that. It's cool. And one of the things that kind of bothered me was there's some missing areas. So it's kind of a trade-off because they added a lot of stuff and they revamped a lot of stuff. So, I mean, I figured they would leave some areas out. But, like, there's large sections of the map that are just gone. Like, and part of that, too, is, like, there's areas that you would go to specifically that were attached to different paths that the story would branch off to in the original game. And since they didn't do that this time, there was no way to really get them into those areas, I guess. And again, since it's a trade because they did so much new that they couldn't put it all in there, I guess. For time reasons and budget, I'm sure. They couldn't make it massive. But it's just kind of disappointing to see some missing stuff. I won't say what. Just because, like, it's fun exploring.
Now you got me all curious.
Yeah.
It's like, what is missing now?
What
happened?
I play, it's just like, I'm like, this is over here. And then I go over there and I'm like, it's not over here. What?
Yeah, and that's really important to, like, those changes that they made are, like, really important because if you know what to expect, it takes the fear away. So, like, making it the same but different, just like they did with the first remake, is really important, and they did that really well. It's like, I know this room, but no, you fucking don't.
Yeah, since my friend hasn't played the original, I'm like, okay, it'd be over here, and no, and then I go over there, I'm like, what do you mean it's not there? And I go there, and I'm like, wait, it's not here, what? Like, fuck, okay.
And then there's some things that are there, like the safe, but the code's different, so it's like...
Bathrooms.
The bathrooms.
The bathrooms, yes.
The new bathrooms that didn't exist before.
I'm like, oh wait, cops pee, shit.
We forgot they need to pee. We thought that they were immune. Police are immune to pee.
Oh my god.
But yeah, and on the flip side, like I said, adding new stuff, they expanded Raccoon City. So, like, you get to explore a little bit more of what you did compared to the first one, which is really cool. So I think that alone is a fair trade-off for what they took out, because I think Raccoon City is more of an interesting environment to be able to go through than what they took out. So
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool. Plus, Raccoon City looks amazing in those graphics. Oh my god. So good.
Somebody told me something about the skyline of Raccoon City was it's something in Canada or something. Like Montreal.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. It was my friend from Montreal said like she recognized it and she sent it to me and it's like Raccoon City is like the skyline is Montreal.
Oh. Nice.
Like it always has been, or in this particular game?
In this particular game.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's interesting. Like, what a random ass observation.
Yeah, she was like, fuck, that looks familiar.
Huh.
It's the second time they use the fucking Canadian skyline. Jerks.
In what? In a Resident Evil game?
Well, nah. In the other one, it was in the fucking movie.
Oh.
Because it was filmed in Toronto. And,
Oh,
like,
well,
sure,
I mean,
it's
that's
a
hard
really
to avoid.
No, but like they left out a fucking Canadian bank building. It's just like a massive CIBC building, and it's supposed to be like an all-American Midwestern town. And it's just like
I love that gets more and more out of control too. It's like, oh, it's a small Midwestern town. Bullshit. That place is huge. It's
That's
like
a
New York
fucking
City.
Capital.
Yeah.
And every time they make a new game, the city gets bigger and bigger. And I'm just like, at some point, you're going to have to drop the small Midwestern town shit. Because it's not.
We've gotten in arguments about that where people were like, well, like, the city's expanded. It's been a long time since the incident. I'm like, they fucking blew it up!
Oh my god.
It's ridiculous.
Idiots.
Yeah, the city here is like tiny. And I live like really close to it. So it's not that big. And then I see stuff like New York. I'm like, I would die there. I would.
Wow.
I would go in there. I would have an anxiety attack and die.
I feel like New York would just be like here, like downtown here would just be, or more like Toronto actually. I don't know. I've never been.
You heard it here first. Resident Evil loves Canada. Apparently.
Canada loves Resident Evil.
Yeah, you know, just put little cameos here and there. A little bit of Toronto, a little bit of Montreal. What next? Vancouver?
A little bit of
Like
jazz.
a guy
Jazz
in
will
a
be one of
gigantic
the
like
zombies.
beaver mascot handing out flyers.
Yeah, they should change it to Beaver City.
Oh my god.
Wait.
There's actually. I would go with Moose City because Beaver City just sounds like a fucking strip joint.
Oh god. So I went to Beaver City today. Excuse me?
What?
Why are you telling me this?
We ate
Sir?
some beaver tails, and then we went on the market and bought those pastries.
Oh my god.
So have you guys gotten to the point where you've seen the upgradable weapons?
No.
Shut up.
Wow.
Upgradable weapons, you say?
Yes. So
No.
not every weapon is upgradable, but most of them you can actually find custom parts for. Kind of like in Resident Evil 3, where like when you defeat Nemesis, he would drop parts and you could combine those onto your weapon. So you can do that for most of the weapons in RE2, which is really cool.
So
like
I would.
Okay.
My concern was: do we still have to defeat, let's say, Mr. X for these parts, or is it something we just find along the way?
You actually just find them.
That's cool.
Oh, okay.
I was a little disappointed when you do down Mr. X. Like, he doesn't drop a goddamn thing. Fucking asshole.
Okay, thank you. I didn't have to waste my bullets. Thank you.
Yep, I wasted my bullets.
Try to take him down.
Leave him alone.
Perfect.
Still get that semi-automatic bow gun.
I'm just. Never mind.
Oh my god, that just dawned on me. That weapon isn't even in the game.
What?
Oh
Oops.
man.
The fucking like string of bow or the fucking arrows shooting out of the gun,
That sucks.
and it changes directions depending on where you're pointing.
Well, it could. I mean, I haven't unlocked everything. It might be unlockable, but you don't find it in the campaign. That is really weird, though.
DLC.
Yeah. Oh god, no.
If it's there, Shaun will find it.
Yeah.
Well, if it's there, I would have already found it. Like, I'm taking my sweet ass time going through everything. So, yeah, I don't think it's there.
Everything with
I'm
his
too
reality.
scared to do that. I've told you I actually cried. Like I was actually like tearing up. Like I was scared. Like I was like, oh fuck.
I thought you meant like something sad happened. I was like,
No, I was
like, why would you say
scared.
that? And I'm like, what the fuck could have happened? It's like Ada falls.
Ooh,
No.
something sad.
Why
does
would I
happen,
cry
though.
about that? I would laugh. No.
What the fuck up, John?
Like
I'm
it's
not gonna
just
say it's fine.
it's
Kendall
it's a
gets eaten.
whole nother atmosphere versus, in my opinion, versus the original. Like it's a whole nother atmosphere.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And,
yeah.
like-
Next thing I want to talk about is difficulty. But yeah, go ahead.
I am like a paranoid person, so the
Yeah.
extra shit, like the extra noises they added, not
oh, that
appreciative.
fucks me up. Like there's
Not
always some
appreciative.
kind of noise going on, and
Yep.
you can't tell like where anything is. And it's
know!
by design. I think you can actually change that in the options. But like they actually designed it so that the sounds are coming from like all over the place. So even though the zombie's like right fucking behind you, it sounds like it might be over in front of you around the
Oh
corner.
fuck that!
Yeah. Like it changes things up a lot because you can't just listen for where they are. They could be anywhere.
Yeah, I'm a highly paranoid person, so that I don't appreciate,
Well,
but I
you
do.
Can, you can
but
turn
I
it
don't.
off if you really want to.
I do, but I don't, but I do. I like it. I hate it.
Yeah, it's the worst thing though for that is fucking Mr. X, because you hear his
fuck
footsteps
Mr. X.
fucking everywhere,
No!
and it's like, oh, it sounds like he's above me. Turn a corner, he's right fucking there.
Hi, buddy.
Oh, it's terrible.
No.
But yeah, so upgradable weapons and inventory, like they made it so you could upgrade your inventory as well. I'm sure you guys saw a little bit of that, which is really cool. And that was something that they took from 1.5. So that was supposed to
Nice.
originally be in Resident Evil 2, but they took it out, I think, because memory or something. Like they couldn't
Oh.
they couldn't actually fit it onto the disc. But yeah, so they brought that back for this, which is really cool. And then go ahead.
I like that you can see the items on the map. Like the items
Oh
in the rooms
yeah,
that
once you
enter.
interact with them.
I
Yeah.
love that because they got that from
0.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean it kind of makes it easier, but it's important. I need it. Like if you didn't have that
Exactly.
tool, it'd make it like 1,000 times more difficult. So I'm glad it's there,
Absolutely.
but as a purist, I gotta say something. But yeah, the upgrades are really cool. Like you can upgrade your ammo, your power, and stuff like that. Most of the guns have like 2 or 3 different upgrades that you can do. So very
Are
cool
you
addition.
Are you using like the original gun that they in the game, or are you using like the Samurai Edge or
So
whatever?
here's the thing. You're talking about the downloadable content?
Yeah.
So the downloadable content guns are good for about 5 minutes. Like they're better than your starting weapon, but as soon as you find your first upgrade, it makes your standard weapon better.
Nice.
So be careful. Like don't keep reloading if you're using the downloadable guns, don't continue to reload those guns, because as soon as you get the upgrade, you're going to want to put that shit in your storage box.
Nice.
Which is good. I'm glad they're not like super overpowered weapons that you get for pre-ordering it, because that's just kind of shitty.
The
It's
And
like,
you
oh,
say-
just because you pre-ordered, you get to play the game way easier.
Hey, you get this rocket launcher.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
ammo. There you go.
Pre-order
Dear
the
Mr.
game and
Clark.
become invincible.
Like, dear Mr. Clark, we noticed you've ordered the game plus another fucking collector's game, plus you're looking for a French game, so we're gonna give you the Jesus key.
They should give it to
I
me.
can get anywhere and unlock everything.
I can open all the doors. I can even open the walls.
Unlock
I can open the zombies. Who knows?
stick the key in Mr. X. Oh look, he's dead. I unlocked his death.
Oh.
You just put the key in their ear and turn it, and they just explode.
Claire's like looking at blood, and Leon's just like putting the key towards her fucking ear, and he's like, "Oh,
Oh my god.
nope."
And then, so you guys have both seen the Tyrant, right?
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about Mr. X, right?
Yeah, so they don't call him Mr. X in this for some reason. They call him Tyrant, but same thing, yes.
Okay, yes.
So how
Yeah,
do you
big
guys...
dude, you know?
Yeah, so how do you guys feel about him functioning the way that he does?
Yeah, just a lot of reminiscence of Nemesis when I first saw him. I was like, oh yeah, I can definitely get behind this mechanic of this big dude chasing me down and wanted to kill me. No big deal.
No big deal.
No big deal. I'm used to it. I've been playing Resi 3 for quite enough time to say like, I got this. No big deal. I guess that I wasn't too sure. It's like, do I want to down him? He may drop something for me, or should I just run away? So I decided to just run away. And thank you for telling me he was not going to drop anything and save me so much hassle and time.
Well, you want to spend one bullet because you get an achievement if you shoot his hat off.
Really?
Yeah.
I was not aware about that.
I think it unlocks like artwork or something. But yeah, shoot his hat off. Plus, it's funny.
This just seems a little mean on my part. It's like, that hat, you don't need that anymore.
It's like, get that out of here. But yeah, it's funny because like you think, oh yeah, Nemesis. You know, I'm ready for this. I'm prepared. But what you don't consider is Nemesis was sectioned off by loading screens. So like every room was a breaking point, and like sometimes Nemesis would follow you, but if you went like 2 or 3 rooms out, you're good. And then he would come back later. But since Resident Evil 2 has no fucking loading screens, he's always on your ass. Like there's a couple of rooms that he can't go into, and they don't tell you which ones they are. But other than that, he follows you everywhere. It's crazy.
Even in the bathroom?
Fucking crazy. Even in the bathroom.
Man, so much
That
for
guy
privacy.
is an asshole.
Oh my god.
I watch myself pee all the time.
especially on hardcore mode, because like he can pretty much kill you in one shot for the most part. And since he could he almost never stops following you for the most part. And like I think the only way to get away from him is if you walk, because he can hear you. Like just like you hear his footsteps, he hears yours. So if you're running, he's going to come directly to where you are. So yeah.
Oh no.
So
It's
hard
fucking
mode
crazy.
walk everywhere?
Basically, yeah.
Oh my god, wow.
It's fucking insane, but it's really cool. I really like that they did that. And who knows, it could be a test run for actual Nemesis.
I'm pretty sure this is a template to see how well this would go. If it did very well and everyone was praising it, I think, okay, we have a base for Nemesis maybe in the future.
Yeah, it's like they've already got the mechanic there. They're ready to go.
I am not a Nemesis person.
Prepare yourself.
No.
You're about to be.
Get ready.
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't. Resident Evil 3 was the one that I would watch my uncle play, and it scared the living fuck out of me. And that actually like triggered me to have like the whole I am terrified of fucking zombies thing. And that's why I wasn't able to play 4 for the longest time, because I associated it with that.
And there's no
I hate
know,
Nemesis in Resident Evil 4.
He's worse than the Resident Evil 0.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
he's the
you're
worst.
right. Oh no, he's the worstest in Resident Evil 1.
Yep. Exactly.
He's the most worstester.
Like it just. I can't take you seriously.
I have to ask, so what exactly did Nemesis do to make you hate Nemesis? Like, what was it that he was doing?
It was.
Have you seen him?
Like, look, he can't be that mean. I know he's not good looking, but go on.
I mean, think about it. He's always
so
smiling. What's
long
the
ago.
problem?
Remember when
God.
you did the bread
Oh,
in the mouth?
Like nobody said anything, but all he wants is a piece of bread. If you give him a piece of bread, he goes away.
he's like a duck.
He's a big duck.
What the fuck?
But like
If you took the time to get to know him, you would know that his real name is Duck.
Duck. Okay. You were saying.
I was like way young, and I was watching my uncle play it, and I can't remember what was going on. I just remember Jill, like her outfit. I remember the blue shirt. That's what I remember. Yeah. All I remember.
Fucking towel.
I'm so sorry.
A towel. Oh my
Triggering
god.
jazz.
That's all I remember, and being terrified. That's it.
I see. I guess we'll never know what exactly Nemesis did to terrify you.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's some murder. A little bit of murder.
a little bit. I died inside as a child. That's why I am the way I am.
Wow. So
I was not aware that the impact.
A couple more things we'll talk about real quick, and then we will wrap things up. But so the zombies. So everybody, this day and age, zombies are everywhere. Zombies are overrated. Zombies aren't scary. You know, blah blah blah. Everybody bitches anytime there's a new game or movie with zombies. Everybody fucking rages on and fucking freaks out. But this game actually fucking brought them back in like a really terrifying way. Like, not only do they look really creepy, but like when they grab you and the camera zooms in like that, and you're all fucking helpless, and like especially when there's multiple zombies and the camera zooms in like that, like there's a good chance you're gonna get grabbed again. And especially on like hardcore, like one bite typically puts you into danger. So like zombies are fucking dangerous. Like, you don't want to fuck with them. And like even with the defensive weapons, if they grab you from the side or your back, like they don't even, your defensive weapon doesn't even trigger. So like, unless you run at them directly, your defensive weapons don't even fucking help you. Because like, think about it, when you're trying to get away from a zombie, you're running away from it. So odds are it's going to grab you from behind.
Yeah.
So like, they're a lot more dangerous. And can we talk about for a minute how many bullets it takes to kill a fucking zombie in this game?
God.
Even when you shoot them in the head. Wow.
Just when you think you thought accuracy, you'd be rewarded by shooting things in the head. That's it. They're done.
That's the thing. Like, you are.
Nope.
You are, but like, it still takes a shitload. Because like, if you shoot them in the head, there's two benefits. Like, one, you have the potential, not a guarantee, but the potential for them to stagger, so you can run away or knife them. And I forgot what the other one was. Fuck.
Has anyone come across this issue where, okay, you went through a room, you've downed the zombies, you left the room, and you're going around the map and whatnot looking for your stuff, like, you know, your usual, but you have that mindset of Resi 2 is like, okay, I've downed the zombies, they're done, they're going to leave me alone, there's nothing left for me to do, only to realize, oh look, there's a zombie right in front of the door waiting for me, what?
Yeah. Oh, I remembered. There's the potential for a headshot kill. Like, sometimes you'll get a random head explosion, kind of like in the original Resident Evil 2. Yeah, the critical. Like, you have a chance for that to happen. If you shoot them in the body, that's never going to happen. Like, sometimes I'll get it on the first shot. Sometimes it'll take fucking 7. Who knows? And the way that they move, like, their fucking head is, like, shifting from side to side. And a lot of times, especially in hardcore, like, they'll just not run, but, like, they dart forward. It's really hard to get a headshot when they're doing that.
I hate when, like, you're shooting at them and, like, if they take so much... I've noticed this. They take so much damage, they start, like, rushing towards you. Like, they start moving faster.
And it makes it harder to hit them.
No!
No, please.
Why isn't this slowing you down?
And before, at least you had, like, the courtesy of a puddle of blood when they died. Not anymore.
No.
And they fake you out, too. Like, they go down, and then you knife them, and you keep knifing them, and then they do, like, the dying animation. They're still not fucking dead. You keep knifing it, and it dies again. It's like, you never know when they're gonna die. And if you keep fucking around by knifing them when they're on the ground, like, even when they're dead, when you knife them, your weapon, your knife breaks down. Like, even when they're dead. So, like, they fool you into...
the durability was cool.
I really like that. That's a really cool addition.
That's really cool.
And they do that on purpose. It's like, oh, is it dead? I don't know. Use your knife to find out, but it's going to break.
Damned if you do, damned if you
don't.
don't.
It's really cool. Like, they did an amazing job just making zombies scary. Like, that's a hard thing to do these days. And yeah, like, just the last thing I wanted to talk about is the defensive weapons. Like, the first remake added those in from the original, like, that was a new mechanic, and then the second remake takes that and like levels it up. Like, not only do they have like your knife has a health bar and can break, but you can use your defensive weapon multiple times and recover it from the zombie, which is really cool. You can use your grenades as actual grenades, not just a defensive weapon. So like when they lunge at you, you can stuff it in their mouth and you can shoot it and blow up groups of zombies, or you can actually like aim and throw the grenades like a normal weapon, and you can use flash grenades and explosive grenades that way. So like those are really handy to have for like liquors. Like instead of risking getting close enough to use your defensive grenade on the liquor, you can just throw the grenade at the liquor and have it blow them up. Like that's a really cool mechanic. And you can switch on the fly. So like, and your guns too, you can switch your guns on the fly. You can switch your sub weapon or your defensive weapon on the fly. You get like multiple ammo types and stuff that you can switch on the fly. And it's all done through like the triggers or the bumpers. So like without even going into your inventory, like you can switch through your ammo, you can switch through your defensive weapons, your guns. Like it's really cool that you don't even have to live in your inventory unless you want to. It's great.
I like that they brought the gunpowder stuff back. The gunpowder stuff is really cool.
Yeah, and they brought that back from 3. I love that. That's really cool. Yep. It's like they pulled from everywhere. Like they took all the great mechanics from like all the other games and added new ones and just put it into like an amazing game. It's incredible. But yeah, it's everything that we asked for. They fucking absolutely nailed this. It's a true survival horror experience.
Sure is.
I didn't think we would get that. I really didn't.
We weren't ready, but we were. But we weren't.
Yeah, they lived up to our expectation. They did well. They did really good. They did good.
Like I was waiting, like at every turn, like I was waiting for it to let me down in some way. But instead it was the opposite. It was like, oh shit, they actually did that, and they added that, and they put that in here? What the fuck? gave me the tingles, the tinglies.
It's beautiful.
It's a beautiful thing. Like there were literally moments where like I got fucking chills. Not a lot of games do that to me.
Anything can do that to me.
Well, you are weak. No.
I'll be honest. Sure am. Oh.
Yeah. Hopefully Capcom does learn from this, and they see the sales, they see the reception, and they take this and they run with it, and they turn Resident Evil around and run it in the direction that it needs to go, because they know what they need to do now. So it's completely on them what they want to do. Because I'm sure, well, I don't know. Actually, I'll be curious to see kind of how things, how it does in sales. Like if it'll do better than 5. Because if it does better than 5, they have no excuse. Like that's proof right there that survival horror is the way to go. But if it doesn't do better than 5, then they might be like, oh, well, I mean, it did really good, but 5 is action and 5 did better, so maybe we should go a little bit more that way. So it's still kind of a shaky thing. We'll have to see kind of how things pan out, but I think it's going to do really, really well from what I've been reading. So that's a good thing. It's good shit. It's a good time to be a Resident Evil fan.
It really is.
It's beautiful.
It's beautiful.
Let's take a moment to cry.
Already there.
I've been crying this whole time.
As soon as you hit that record button, I was crying. I knew.
It's so fucking good. Jazz?
What?
Are you excited?
Yes.
Wow.
For what?
For your game. You will have it soon.
Yeah.
And you get to play the beauty that is Resident Evil 2 Remake.
If you need someone to play it with, let me know, because I only play with people.
Eh.
I know, but I have to play with someone on the line all the time.
Oh my god.
Phone a friend. Just for support.
Gotta use those lifelines.
Exactly.
Okie doke. Well, we'll go ahead and wrap things up. What do you have going on, Jazz? Anything coming up?
Lots of stuff.
So many stuff.
Just started a Let's Play of Resident Evil 4 and another one of Resident Evil 2.
Oh, shit.
So that's a lot of Resident Evil.
See, Jazz is getting on board with the Resident Evil hysteria.
No, I meant like the first Resident Evil 2.
No, I know. But you're still playing Resident Evil games is what I'm saying. And then soon you'll be playing Remake 2. Yay.
No.
No?
I'm sure I'll find something else.
Wow. Okay. How about you, Alyssa?
I haven't really been working on a whole lot, but I've been upgrading like stuff. Like I got the new mic, and we actually just got the newer high-speed internet and all that crap.
Ooh, fancy.
Like, I'm just like upgrading all this stuff.
Your mic sounds beautiful, by the way.
love it so much. Makes me so happy.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing.
How about you, Maple? What do you got going on?
Nothing much, to be honest. I don't know what's going to happen this week, but I can honestly say I'm impatient. I just want to play Resident Evil 2 now. So, yeah.
Oh, God, play it. Play the shit out of it.
That's what I want to do. So, that's really it, guys. I want to play now.
What? He just leaves, ends call, and goes and plays. Bye, motherfucker.
Oh my
I've been
god.
playing it the whole time.
Oh, wow. I never stopped.
My god. For that game I have to stop because like it actually makes my chest hurt.
I
And,
can't
like,
stop. I won't
like
stop.
like
refuse.
my hairs stand up and like my chest hurts and I'm like, here we go.
I'm literally going to play that until everything is 100% complete, and then I'm going to start the Xbox version.
Do it. I'm proud of you.
I can't be helped. Somebody save me. No, wait, don't. Please don't.
You don't need saving
I
because
don't
it's something
need
you
saving.
love.
It's good.
You
Leave
were
me
asking
alone.
for this. You wanted this, and now you
needed
have
this.
it. We can't save you from you being happy.
Sounds so dangerous, but good. You can't be saved. But yeah, I did things a little bit backwards, but now I'll go. But yeah, with the release of Resident Evil 2, new projects are going to be coming along with that. I'll be doing a machinima with the game in some form, of course. I'm still working out the details as to what that's going to be. But there's a lot of potential with RE2. I mean, it can tie into Duel, it can tie into RCS. There's just lots of one-off ideas that I've had while playing it. I might do all of those things. We'll have to see what happens. But
Do it all.
expect some fun stuff.
Do it all.
I still fully intend to do tons of RE2 remake related content, like Let's Plays, maybe some like dissection videos and other parodies, and just tons of stuff, lots of plans. So all that stuff is coming hopefully soon. And that's all I got.
Yeah. Hype.
Hype.
Hype. Oh. Did you hear that? That was my back. Did you hear that? Oh my.
No, I just heard the pain.
She hyped so much she broke.
Hype, hype. Oh!
I went to stretch and like my back started popping like really loud and I thought you heard it.
Alyssa has died live on the podcast.
Our first death.
First of
The
many.
first of many. Exactly.
Prepare yourself for more. Alright guys, that is going to wrap up today's video. We hope you are nerding out as well as we are with all this Resident Evil goodness. What a time to be a Resident Evil fan. But thanks for hanging out. We hope you had fun, and we will see you next time. Now go play Resident Evil 2. Go, shoot, go.
Do it.
Bye-bye.
See ya.